where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day. Someone waits for me.
This is Ken Carpenter welcoming you to Philco Radio Time, produced and transcribed in Hollywood with John Scott Trotter, his orchestra and chorus, Skitch Henderson, Peggy Lee, and Bing's guest, Groucho Marx. And now here's your friendly credit crooner, Painless Crosby.
Painless. Thank you, Ken, for what I don't know, but thank you. We open up tonight with an arrangement of Rainy Night in Rio. This thing is really at Simus. Is it agreed then, gentlemen? What do they do on a rainy night in Rio? What do they do when there is no starry sky? Where do they go when they can't go for a walk? Do they stay home and talk, or do they sit and sigh? What do they do on a rainy night in Rio?
Rio de Janeiro.
How can they stand on the sand beside the sea?
Can they stand on the sand by the side of the sea?
Maybe the girl wants a tender kiss, and yet, how tender can you get when you're beneath a wet palm tree? But what do they do in Mississippi?
Mississippi.
When skies are drippy? And what do they do when it's murky?
What's your rhyme with murky?
Coming right up Albuquerque. What do they do in old Altoona when the moon above ain't bright? Well, that's what they do in Rio on a rainy night. What do they do on a rainy night in Rio?
Rio de Janeiro.
What do they do when there is no starry sky?
Do they cry for the stars in the sky?
Where do they go when they can't go for a walk?
Do they stay home and talk?
Or do they sit and sigh?
Aye, aye. What do they do on a rainy night in Rio de Janeiro?
How can a guy meet a sweetheart by the sea? Maybe the girl wants a tender kiss, and yes, how tender can you get when you're beneath a wet palm tree? And what do they do out here on Pico? They tico. And what do they do when smog is lower? On Figueroa. And what do they do in Colorado when a shadow dims the light? Well, that's what they do in Rio de Janeiro on a rainy night.
Very good.
Jolly.
Very nice, but I do wish Peggy Lee would sing her number.
Why? Is Peggy singing something about Philco?
Well, no, but the title of her tune is It's Just My Kind. That certainly applies to Philco radios and Philco radio phonographs.
There we go again.
They're everybody's kind.
I don't know of any tune called It's Just My Kind. Peggy,
Yes, Bing.
what are you singing tonight?
He's just my kind.
He's just my
There you
kind.
are.
Gee, I wish it was it's instead of he's.
Ken, you'll just have to talk about boy radios tonight.
Okay, I'll do that. Boy, oh boy, what a powerhouse that new Philco portable is.
Miss Peggy Lee will now sing He's Just My
Now,
Kind.
just a minute, please. On second thought, Bing, I object to that boy radio stuff. But I think how that great little Philco portable gets you stations that are hard to tune in, even on big sets, I feel like blowing my top.
For heaven's sake, wait till you get home.
Anyway, Anyway, it's a Husky He-Man portable, rugged enough to stand plenty of traveling. Sure, it's small and compact, but that only means it's handy to travel with. And wait till you hear that rich tone, and its performance is out of this world. Plays on trains, plays on planes, requires no special aerial. Call it a boy radio, I call it the giant of portables. And it's a Philco, famous for quality the world over.
You're a brave man.
I thank you.
Why he left me, I don't know. I loved him more than I could show. I've always had him on my mind. He's just my kind. Didn't even say goodbye. He never lied to see me cry. Afraid my tears might change his mind. He's just my kind. Mine was an ordinary man, not the type you'd notice passing by. When he came along, my life began, and I love him till the day I die. Take him back, well, I should say I'd even meet him on the way. Though he's not worth it, I don't mind. He's just my kind. Take him back, well, I should say I'd even meet him on the way. Though he's not worth it, I don't mind. He's just my kind. Just my kind.
That was fine, Peggy. Mighty sweet.
Thanks, Bing.
Oh, it's nothing. I'd say that to any deserving kid. And if I might add, you're not only deserving, but a very beautiful creature.
Yeah, she is a beautiful creature, not a bad-looking woman either.
If it isn't Groucho, the fun-loving Marx.
No applause, please. I'm not here as an actor. I'm here as a barrister. My card, Crosby. Read it and give it back. I don't want to spoil the deck.
Hey, quite a law firm you have here. Mulholland, Crenshaw, Adams, Fairfax, Wilshire, and La Cienega. Where do you come in?
Between Melrose and Franklin on the streetcar.
Where's your office?
On the streetcar I came up here on. And if you think having a motorman for a secretary is any fun, you just try it sometime. Couldn't even get him to take off his gloves. Now, let's get down to business, Crosby. My client, Miss Wart Crunchell, is suing you for $50,000.
Now, wait a minute.
All right, we'll settle for 40.
$40,000?
If you haven't got it on you, I have the wrong Crosby, and I understand there is a wrong Crosby.
104% right. You must mean Brother Everett, but
I don't
Groucho...
mean Gummo.
Before I part with this kind of tin, don't you think it would be
All right, or would you consider me pertinent? Would you? This is quite a word here. Pertinent.
You want to shorten it down and try a different word?
I'm doing a small Durante on this word. Would I be impertinent if I asked you why?
Very well, but only one question to a defendant. That took care of my answer. Now answer this. Now answer this question. Did you or did you not drive recklessly down Hollywood Boulevard on your way to the studio this afternoon?
No, I drove very cautiously down Sunset.
42 paid witnesses can't be wrong. You came down Hollywood Boulevard, and when you turned onto Vine Street, you splashed mud all over my client.
Mud? Where would you get mud on Vine Street?
I get it from a fellow who's got a dirty mind. Never mind where I get my mud, and you were driving recklessly.
What was I driving?
It was either a Cadillac convertible or a Philco console. But that's not important.
You don't know my sponsor.
I don't know any sponsor, and if I did, I'd have a show of my own. Phil Harris has 2 shows. What have I got? An office on a streetcar and a bucket full of mud.
I don't want to get entangled in any litigation here, so produce your client. If she can identify me, I'll be glad to make reparations. But frankly, I don't think she has a leg to stand on.
Frankly, I don't know. I've never seen her in a short dress. Oh, Miss Crunchwaddle.
The name? The name is Wart Crunchell, Mr. Giesler.
Did you tell her you were Jerry Giesler?
I get a much bigger fee that way, yeah? And if you keep your mouth shut and pay off, I'll split it with you, Crosby. Now, Miss Wart Crunchell, what's your first name?
Lana.
Lana. Lana, what hollow mockery. Is Crosby here the man who splashed you?
Yes, that's the man. He was wearing a gray Homburg hat, a frock coat, an ascot tie, striped trousers, and spats.
Boy, have you got the wrong man.
Don't be too sure. Now, Lana, when this man passed you in his car, was he also wearing a diamond stick pin?
I'm not sure about that time. If you remember, you hit me in the face with the mud.
This entire case is a fraud. If I were wearing a frock coat and spats on Vine Street, I'd have them on now, wouldn't I?
Not necessarily. I was wearing a nightgown last night, but I haven't got it on now.
It's a matter of opinion.
You threw your suit away so you couldn't be identified.
I did not.
Then why are you standing there in your underwear?
It's not my underwear. I bought it from Ma Perkins.
Must be mighty breezy right now around the old gal, huh?
Wait a minute. You can't even prove that this girl was standing on the corner.
Not only can I prove that she was standing there, but I'll prove that she was stamping her feet.
What is she stamping her feet for?
She was sending them to Sears Roebuck to get a new pair of shoes. How we fought over that joke, huh?
Wish I'd have won. If you'll dismiss the whole thing, I'll be glad to buy a new dress for this charming young lady.
Charming young lady? I'll lay you 8 to 5. She's none of the 3.
What about my damages?
You've got enough damages. What you need is repairs.
All right, then. Shall we say $45, Groucho?
$45? That won't even keep me in saddle soap for my briefcase. Crosby, between you and Mother Nature, you've ruined this young girl's life. Huh? And this girl is an Ingrid Bergman by a long shot. And speaking of long shots, Lana, I'm afraid you'll never make the bridle path.
Well, what about Lionel?
Lionel? Who's he?
The man she was betrothed to, she was going to marry this afternoon.
Ah, the plot thickens.
She was on her way downtown to get married. As a matter of fact, she was waiting for my office to come by.
For 20 years, I've been trying to trap Lionel.
Think of how this will sound in front of a jury, Crosby, if they're still awake. 20 years she waits to snag a man, and when she finally gets him cornered, you splash mud on her and he jilts her.
Oh, I'm a beast.
Speaking of beasts, let's get back to my client. 20 long years she waited for Lionel.
Well, where was he all that time?
He was in bed with a very bad haircut. He got mixed up in a clip joint. And now, because of you, this girl will have to spend the rest of her life sitting at home twiddling her thumbs. And there's nothing more disgusting than a pair of twiddle thumbs.
Now, hold on
I'd like to see Skitch Henderson play the piano with twiddle thumbs. I'd like to see a Taby play that way. Come to think of it, I'd like to see a Taby. He owes me 20 smackers.
20 smackers. Well, now, that's a nice round figure, and that's just what I'm going to give you.
And that's just what I'm going to take.
Oh, no, you won't. You said we'd hook Crosby for plenty.
That's the trouble with you girls around Hollywood, framing celebrities. Splashing mud on your dress, hiring a cheap shyster lawyer. Now go before I set the dogs on you. But before you go, I want to say one thing to you. You owe me 85 cents for the mud.
But it was all your idea.
Well, I've got another idea. I'm going south.
Oh, goody, we'll go together.
Skip it, I'll go west.
Wait a minute, I'll get my hat and go with you.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool. I'm sure that you agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley is no fool.
The wisdom of the man can be denied by none, for he's the one who said.
Before you go to Buffalo, to Baltimore, or Borneo, to Eastern Pennsylvania, or Sudan,
Go west, young man.
if you go to that land, sonny, you will have a lot of money. If you bring the money with you when you come
To the long prairie. Yippee-yee, 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 yippee-yee.
Before you read a travel ad or scamper off to Trinidad, to Albany, New York, or Yucatan.
Go west, young man.
In the East, they live on donuts. In the West, the natives grow nuts. And I'll guarantee you'll go nuts if you come
To the long prairie. Yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi.
A cowboy's gal is a real true pal. She will stick to him right or wrong.
Go west, young man. Go where the air puts hair on your chest, young man.
You can ride a bucking bronco or a pony.
You can cut a calf in half and make bologna.
Go west, young man. Go right out there and give him the best treatment you can.
Don't east, don't go north, don't go south, have a care.
Don't go up, don't go down, don't go here, don't go there. If it's true what they say about Dixie,
Go west, young man.
go out and till the soil there. Dig for gold and you'll find oil there. Where the crow flies as the snow flies go. Yes, but home.
If you are fond of hunting, there's no place that can compare. You may not bag a lion or a tiger or a bear.
But if you want a jackass, there are plenty of them there.
Go west, young man. We suggest you go west, young man.
The judges there are very fair, they always are, of course. A cowboy and his missus went to court for a divorce.
The cowboy got the children and the missus got the horse.
Go west, young man.
Thanks, Groucho.
What they do to make a living.
Very gay, very gay. Thanks, Groucho. Now, if you'll just stand by, I'll haul off and sing a little song.
Oh, what's the name?
Crosby.
Glad to know you. Say, aren't you in pictures?
Well, in a way. Have you seen Blue Skies?
Not for weeks. I live in downtown Los Angeles.
See what you mean. Think I don't love you, oh, but I do. How can I show that I do? You think I don't get blue, oh, but I do. Though I get light-hearted too. First I'm singing, then I'm sighing, then I'm flying high above. You think I don't know why, oh, but I do. I know that it's you I love.
You know, Bingo, when you sing, you send me. That song got me as far as Chicago. Sing another one quick. I've got a luncheon date tomorrow in Jersey City.
Well, it's about time for Peggy Lee and me to sing a duet. Do you think that'll do the trick?
Do a jump tune. I'll accompany you on my pogo stick.
I said he was the best man who ever knocked on my door.
She said I was the best man, the fella she waited for.
I said he was the best man at dancing, and nobody can deny that when it came to romancing, he was the A+ #1 guy.
But then she met my best friend, knocked him right off his pin. But still I wasn't worried, 'cause the best man always wins.
The way it all turned out, there was no doubt that he was best man in the end.
Yes, I was the best man when she married my best friend.
But then I met his best friend, who knocked me right off my pin. But still I wasn't worried, 'cause the best man always wins.
The way it all turned out, there was no doubt that I was best man in the end.
Yes, he was the best man when I married his best friend.
Could it be Trotter? 'Cause he's the best man in the end.
Thank you, Peggy. And now shall we hear from Philco's best man?
St. Valentine's Day comes up this weekend, a surefire cue for parties and dancing. And the surefire formula to make your party a solid click is plenty of new dance records and Philco's new 1201. This exclusive Philco invention is the easiest radio phonograph in the world to spin a record on, combining a fine radio with a revolutionary new type of phonograph. No fussing with lids, controls, tone arms, or needles. All you do is slide your record in and it plays automatically.
Wait a minute. Say, Bing, if Philco is so smart, why do they always make a radio with a loudspeaker? Why don't they invent a radio with a soft speaker? Or a radio with no speaker at all for people that like silence?
Now, wait a minute. Hold on, Groucho. Philco has come up with some pretty smart inventions.
I once knew a lady inventor, and I'll always be grateful to him for inventing ladies.
Well, now that your pal has invented ladies, Groucho, let's keep him happy with the Philco 1201. You can't top it as a Valentine gift for your best girl or your teenage youngsters. Ask your Philco dealer for the 1201. It's the newest invention in radio from Philco, the leader.
Now, Skitch Henderson will toddle over to the piano, to the Steinway. Take another stroll with the old lamplighter.
He made the night a little brighter wherever he would go. The old lamplighter of long ago, his snowy hair was so much whiter beneath the candle glow. The old lamplighter of long ago. You'd hear the patter of his feet as he came toddling down the street. His smile would hide a lonely heart, you see. If there were sweethearts in the park, he'd pass a lamp and leave it dark, remembering the days that used to be. For he recalls when dreams were new, he loved someone who loved him too, who walked with him alone in memory. He made the night a little brighter wherever he would go. The old lamplighter of long ago. If you look up at the sky, you'll understand the reason why the little stars at night are all aglow. He turns them on when night is here, turns them off when dawn is near. The little man we loved so long ago. Now, before going out into the night in search of Elsie, I would like to thank...
Elsie, you don't mean the cow, do you, Ben?
No.
Elsie, she got a friend?
No, it isn't a girl, Groucho. It's a drink that I kind of go for, lime cola, Elsie, you see.
Oh, well, speaking of going
Like
for
the case
things,
in the
Ben.
morning, huh?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah.
And the moon at night, I want to tell you how much I enjoyed your broadcast with Al Jolson.
You liked it, huh?
Yes, tell me, who did the singing for you boys?
Jolie and I stood in for ourselves that night, Groucho. And as a matter of fact, we're going to knock another show together pretty soon.
Well, I can't knock that. Say, Bing, and incidentally, I'm doing an awful lot of lines straight stuff here tonight.
Documentary, it is.
Yes,
It's all
I might
important.
just as well be Ken Carpenter. I understand Judy Garland, Leo McCarey, and Bill Frawley are going to be your guests next week.
That's right. Judy, Leo, and Bill are dropping in to talk over my life story, which appears in the March issue of a national magazine.
What's the name?
Photoplay.
No, I mean your name.
Crosby.
Oh. Well, good night, Bing.
Good night, folks.
This program was produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Bill Morrow and Murdo McKenzie. Groucho Marx will soon be seen in the Beacon Pictures Corporation production, Copacabana. Tune in to Philco Radio Time next week and hear Bing Crosby, John Scott Trotter, his orchestra and chorus, Skitch Henderson, and Bing's guests, Judy Garland, Leo McCarey, and William Frawley. And remember, only Philco makes the 1201. It's the newest invention in radio from Philco, the leader.